Hello friends, how are you? This is Dr. Nagi, Ayurveda Medicine Doctor and also Isha Hatha Yoga teacher. So today in this video we are going to talk about memory loss, Alzheimer's, forgetfulness, and many times we are forgetting the small things which we can easily remember, and this problem starts in very early age, in the very beginning. But definitely there are methods and ways that are mentioned in Ayurveda and Yoga which you start adopting in your lifestyle, you will not suffer this memory loss to big extent in your old age. So let's see what are the signs and symptoms we start feeling in our early age, and sometimes we ignore it, and that is the time that we start doing certain things for our memory. Have you ever experienced, like, sometimes we just go into our room or we just forget like why we came into room and what we wanted to take, what was the purpose of us coming into our room. Sometimes we just forget these small things and we don't pay attention and we just go back. Sometimes this also happens, like we met our old friend after so many years, but we suddenly forget his name. What was his name? It was college time friend, and now we don't remember his name or her name. So these are the small things that happens to many of us, and most of the times we ignore it. And suddenly then we read somewhere an article about Alzheimer, that is about memory loss, and it creates a lot of fear in us. Maybe we are getting into Alzheimer, or maybe we are getting into dementia, which is an old age disease, or we are getting old in very young age. So various kind of these conflicts come in our mind whenever these kind of situations we face. So we thought we should make a video to bring clarity to people, what they can do under certain conditions and what they can do for make the functioning of their brain better from Ayurveda point of view and Yoga point of view. We cannot deny the fact that we all have somewhere hidden in our heart this fear of Alzheimer. What is Alzheimer? Alzheimer is a degenerative disease characterized by memory loss. So it is the most common symptom that found in Alzheimer patient. So Alzheimer disease has various kind of scale to figure out what kind of Alzheimer a person has, on what scale it fits. But these small things, when we start feeling like we are forgetting things and we are not able to recall names, I think it's a very early sign that we start paying attention to our brain functioning. And if we start doing certain yoga practices, and if we start to change little bit of our lifestyle at this stage, we will never land into Alzheimer or any dementia in our old age. Definitely the history of the family, that is genetics, plays a lot of important role in diagnosing the disease called Alzheimer or dementia. And smoking also plays a lot of role in these degenerative diseases, because smoking is a precursor for degeneration. So these are the theoretical things which we read everywhere. So let's see what is Ayurveda point of view about this Alzheimer or memory loss. At the same time, like in modern doctors, most of the times they mention like the short term memory loss, long term memory loss. So I will not go into big history for that. I am here only to present the Ayurveda point of view, like what Ayurveda think about it and what can we do to prevent it. According to Ayurveda, we know like all the basic principle of Ayurveda depends on your dosha type, what body type or what is the body composition of what is the dosha composition is present in your body, whether it is dual body type or single dosha prakriti, that is called body type for your understanding, but actual terminology is prakriti, the constitution from which we are born with. So there are 7 kind of prakritis or body types that are mentioned in Ayurveda, and those body types plays a lot of important role in seeing your characteristics, what kind of characteristics you will possess. For example, Vata body type, they are very quick in learning, they learn very quickly and they forget very quickly. So that is the feature of Vata body type. I am not saying everybody will have this feature, But if somebody has not worked on his skills, if it is as natural capability, most of the times it will be seen like those people who have more of Vata prominency, they have this characteristic. Pitta body type will be very choosy or selective in remembering things. They will not remember whole of the thing. If you give them whole of this chapter or any kind of thing, they will be very choosy, they will be very selective, they will not learn everything. They try to find tricks, and they are very selective in learning. This I want to learn, this I don't want to learn. So this is a characteristic of Pitta constitution people. I am not saying everybody will have this, but most of the times it has been seen the people with more of Pitta prominence, they have this tendency. That's why most of the times you would see like two friends are studying, one is studying like this way, another is studying like this way. No one is less or more than each other, both are equally capable, both are good, but it is just the method of studying or method of learning something is very different. Similarly, if somebody has Kapha body type, that is more constitution of Kapha dosha, in this Kapha dosha he will be slow learner, but once he learn things, he will remember it forever. So most of the times it has been these Kapha people have very good memory, like they recall things, even their childhood things, even what person had said at what time, when, what was the dialogues. Most of the times these Kapha people have very good memory and they remember all of the things for years. There are much more things that are been mentioned regarding body type in Ayurveda, but here I am just taking the concept regarding memory. And if you don't know what is this body type, and if you are watching me for the first time, you don't know anything, so there is a body type video, there is a link below, you can click on that link, you can answer the various questions and I will help you in knowing your body type. So this is one way how you know your body type, which category of constitution of Vata Pitta Kapha you belong to. So it's very easy way, and it's a very gross way but easy way, at least you have some idea about which constitution you belong to. So you can write down and we will let you know what is your body constitution. It will help you in choosing your lifestyle. In Ayurveda, regarding our mind function, various kind of terminologies have been mentioned like Dhi, Dhriti, Smriti. Smriti means memory, like Dhi means when how we grasp things, how we perceive things, Dhriti how we process things, and Smriti how we memorize things. But the most important concept that has been mentioned in Ayurveda regarding our mind is Pragya Pradha. I know for most of the people this word terminology is very new. Like Pragya means your intellect and Aparadh means wrong use of intellect. So most of the times what we do, we use our intellect in a wrong way, and that can be the reason for our memory loss and degeneration of our mind. That's what has been mentioned in Ayurveda. But we are doing this Pragya Pradha or wrong use of intellect in all levels, all of us, no matter who is he, and except the enlightened ones. But all other people which are considered to be the normal in this world, everybody is using intellect, and sometimes we are overusing intellect, which is not good for health which is not so good for health of our mind. Because anyway we are going to approach the material world, and when we are going to approach the material world, we are going to use these five senses, our ears, our eyes, our tongue, hand, nose, all our five senses, skin. So all these things we are going to use whenever we are coming in contact with our physical world, except for dhyan and meditation, for which we don't need any of these external senses. Because that is inward process. And if you want to know more about these things, you can click on inner engineering given by Sadhguru, and you can see the videos, what is it and how you can learn the whole yoga practice. And regarding this, if you want to know, you please write down to us. We will help you to figure it out how you can do it. So now what we can do from Ayurveda perspective for the nourishment of mind. From Ayurveda perspective, we see the nourishment of the mind starts from a proper lifestyle and proper diet. So what lifestyle it includes? We need to get up before sun. We will need to try to get up at least before rising sun. We need to get up by 6:30, depends on what time sunrise happen in your country. So try to wake up 15 or 20 minutes before your sunrise. After that, what we need to do, we need to take shower and we need to do Ayurveda massage for the nourishment of our skin and organs, that is called Abhyang. So, if you don't know how to do this Ayurveda massage, so there is a link below, there is a video in which we have told especially on this Abhyang body massage in Ayurveda, with which oil you can do and what you can do. So, you please click on that link and figure out how you can do this Abhyanga. So, why it becomes very important to do this Abhyanga? Because it is very balancing for your Vata dosha, and one of the sub-dosha, that is Pranavayu, that is also one kind of sub-dosha of Vata dosha. If Vata dosha start getting balanced with Abhyanga, this Pranavayu naturally will start balancing, and as we know, there is a very deeper connection between our Pranavayu, that is the air we breathe in our lungs, that is called Pranavayu, and our mental structure. They both are very related. So, it is very important, like how we breathe, that's how we think. So, one of the way to enhance the mental capability is start doing pranayama and yoga, because that includes various kind of yoga practices and breathing practices which are very beneficial to rejuvenate your mind, your brain cells, and especially neurons. And these days even researches has been come, like this Shambhavi Mahamudra or Kriya yogas, they are very beneficial to regenerate your neurons. And even if you go through research paper regarding this, there is a research paper regarding Oxford University regarding Shambhavi Mahamudra, how it helps in regenerating the brain cells. So, you can go for that and you can look how it is so beneficial for the functioning of the brain. It is just a way of breathing technique, and it is extremely beneficial for the functioning of your brain. In addition to that, pranayama not only is beneficial for your brain or neurons, but it is also very beneficial for your circulatory system, because if your blood carries more and more oxygen, it will generate more and more health to the vital organs like liver, spleen, kidney, everywhere. So, it is very important, this pranayama. If you give some time for this Kriya yoga, Shambhavi Mahamudra, breathing practices, whatever name you want to give, you can give, but it is extremely beneficial. And I would suggest you need to give it a try, but it is very important, like you learn it from proper source. Because if you are not learning it from the proper source, just from random, then maybe its effects are not so good. So, from where you can learn, one of the practices are Isha practices. They are very potent practices. If you want to learn, you can learn. So, this is one way of learning it. And if you want to take some help, if you are very beginner, you don't know how to do it, you please write down to us. We will send you link how you can start doing the very basic practices like Nadi Shuddhi and Pranayama. It's very beneficial. In addition to that, it is very important that you don't dehydrate your body. Whenever you are thirsty, that time you drink water, and drink in little bit more, whatever is needed, more than that. But don't over drink water, don't sip water in every half an hour or 15 minutes. Sipping water will also lowers your digestive fire, and when your digestive fire is low, your digestion will not be so good. And that's why in Ayurveda and in yoga, we don't recommend every half hour just sipping water. You should drink water when you feel thirsty. But when you feel thirsty, you should not go for coffee or tea and then forget to drink water. Whenever you are thirsty, take 2-3 glasses of water. It will satiate your thirst, and at the same time, if you drink water this way, it will be very nourishing for your mental health. Also, there are, like these days we are working in office atmosphere, and office atmosphere sometimes very closed. There are no windows, no proper ventilation. Even windows are there, but no ventilation. It's very closed rooms. So, what you can do, you can put indoor plants into your office or where you sit, so that there would be enough oxygen near you. So it's a very simple tip that you can do for your mental health, so that when you come back from the work to home, you don't feel very tired. The one of the reason that when you come back from office to home after work is because lack of oxygen. You're just sitting in cubicles or the place where there is no plants, and when there is no enough oxygen, our mind tires very easily. So that's why it's very, very important, like you try to have choose a place where there are enough plants, and if there are no enough plants, you buy plants and put indoor plants near your office, near your seat, so that you will get proper oxygen. So that will help to keep your mental health better. So in other things what you can do, try to avoid all these canned foods, because in Ayurveda and yoga they consider it as dead food. Try to have organic food, freshly cooked, home cooked food, and that should be also consumed within 3 hours of cooking, so that it doesn't lose its nutrients, because these nutrients are also very beneficial for the functioning of your brain. At the same time, when you are having food, please don't have your food in a lot of anger and agitation. Try to have food in a calm mind, and try to have always freshly cooked hot meals, because that are more beneficial for the functioning of your brain. At the same time, it's very, very among nuts you can put in your daily routine, like soaked nuts, especially walnut and almonds. They are very, very beneficial for the functioning of your brain. But make sure, like, you should have more nuts during winter season, because then digestive fire is better and it's easy for you to digest, like walnut. Almonds you can have all season, but these walnuts you should have only in winter season, because it is easy to digest. And what is the method to eat it? You just take walnuts, 3-4 walnuts, or don't take excess of dry fruit, because dry fruit should be limited. So take some walnuts and almonds, and you just soak them in a bowl whole night, and in the morning remove the outer peel and just eat the inside white thing. So that would be very beneficial. It works as a tonic for your brain, and it is very, very beneficial to overcome the memory loss and make your brain health better. In addition to that, what you can do, try to include seasonal fruits in your diet and seasonal vegetables, because nature has its own intelligence. And when you take these seasonal fruits and seasonal vegetables, definitely, because your mind actually is in tune with nature. So nature knows what is needed at what time. So if you try to have more of seasonal fruits and seasonal vegetables in your diet, it will naturally nourish in your mind, rather than having this canned and very packet food and old food. So that would not be so beneficial for the health of your mind. Also, it is very, very important, it's from yoga perspective also and Ayurveda perspective also, don't lie down your head towards north. Don't put your head towards north when you sleep at night, or your bed position that should not be like that your head should be towards north. It should not be like that, because it affects, there is an electromagnetic field of the earth, and north pole, south pole, you will see, like it will cause more and more of mental disturbances and memory loss if somebody is keeping his head towards north direction. Because of there is a separate video regarding that, why we should not put our head towards north. If you want to know this answer, you please write down to us, we will send you the link why you should not do it. So because this video is more about memory loss and this, so I am not explaining this thing into this, but there is a link below, you can click on that link and you can figure out why you should not sleep keeping your head towards north direction. So this is one thing that you should avoid according to Ayurveda, according to Vastu Shastra, according to yoga perspective. So in which direction you can keep your head? It should be either best east or south. In addition to that, there are various kind of herbal supportives that are mentioned in Ayurveda, that is called Medhya Rasayanas, and they are available in Ayurveda, but definitely we can recommend these things to people only according to their body type, according to their constitution, according to their present history of illness and their digestive fire. So if somebody wanted, he need to have Ayurveda consultation, because if randomly if I say, it would not be beneficial for most of the people, because there are so many rasayanas that are mentioned in Ayurveda, but they should be given only, but they should be given to the people only after proper diagnosis and proper consultation. Also, if there is a misuse of mind, that is a habit of too much talking, overusing of your intellect and overuse of these negative thoughts, these also creates memory loss, and they are also not so good for mental health. That's why in Indian scriptures most of the times it has given a lot of importance has been given to silence mind, shanti, peace. So a lot of importance has been given towards the mental health. Not only in India, I think in whole world a lot of importance has been given towards inner peace, and so that is the logic behind it, why they are giving so much importance to inner peace, so that our mental function will work at its best. So that's why whenever try to cut down your speech, we should avoid unnecessary talking, and wherever it is possible not to use unnecessarily excessive intellect. That should not be so good for the health of mind. Because what happens with this, when our prana vayu and our vyan vayu, that is the circulatory, the vata that is responsible for circulation, when they both get imbalanced, they create sadhaka pitta imbalance, that is the your state of emotional heart. So it is very, very important that we focus on more on pranayam and breathing practices, so that our sadhak pitta, that will bring a balance to the sadhak pitta, which is responsible for our emotional health. So it is very, very important that we pay attention to our yoga practices, pranayam, and also they should be from the right source. That's why in Ayurveda there is a mentioning of achara rasayana, that are what are the do's and don'ts and yam and niyam, like that we should do, that we should not do, we should not speak ill, we should not speak bad things, we should bring more and more purity and clarity in our heart. So how we can do it? So yoga is one of the technique how you can do it, pranayam, and there are various Ayurveda procedures I mentioned that you can do, and you can make use of it. But yoga is something that you can learn, and it's a simple practice which will work for us miraculously. So that's all for today's video. I hope you will like this video, and if you are watching me for the first time and you have not subscribed my channel yet, so there is a subscribe button and bell icon. So click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, so that you stay in tune with our upcoming videos. Also, if you would like to support us, there is a join button near subscription. You can click that join button and you can support us. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like my videos, don't forget to share it with your friends and family, because we can all contribute in spreading health and well-being from our part to everyone. So let's wish happiness and blissfulness for everyone. Stay happy, stay blessed, take care.